want to talk about rape in this video. Now, in our society, we see, generally speaking, viewed by the public, we see rape as something that is despicable. We see rape as something that is apparently completely unacceptable. We hear about trials, court trials, trials of law in the media about people who rape, and it is usually a big deal in the news, especially in the Western world when it is happening to people who have money and families and people who care about them. We pay a lot of this attention to rape, wherein we seemingly condemn the act of rape. But it's fascinating how limited our definition of rape actually is. And it's fascinating the picture that the media paints with these rape trials in courts of law, where it is seen as something that is apparently being dealt with by society. It is seen as something that has apparently been outlawed, that only happens sometimes, that you just hear about every once in a while. But if you have a look, all you have to do is turn on your computer and go on the internet, and you will find rape. Easily. It's not difficult. And I'm not talking about even necessarily actual full-out rape of women. Those videos maybe can be a little bit more difficult to find, but can definitely be found nonetheless. I'm talking also about in the pornography industry. And it's fascinating. If you go and actually have a look and check a pornography website that has, many videos of different kinds of sex and different kinds of porn, many of them will be rape porn. They will be violent porn. Women being hit, spit on, strangled, choked, beaten, wrestled down, urinated on, defecated on. Handled in a completely violent and spiteful and degrading way. And this is allowed. This is completely legal. I mean, that's amazing. That is fucking amazing. In a society where we apparently condemn rape, where rape is apparently against the law, and when it happens, it's dealt with in a court of justice, please. Do people honestly believe that just because a woman is being given a paycheck, that this is suddenly now not rape? Does no one actually question why these women need this paycheck in the first place? Why they have to resort to having to do those things to get a paycheck? They have no other choice. that would be the definition of rape, wouldn't it? To be forced to do something because you have no choice. Even the ones that claim they like it, and I'm sure there are many women who actually believe and claim that they like it, but Jesus Christ, I mean, there is such a thing as dementia in this world. There is such a thing as brainwashing and mind control. There is such a thing as becoming psychopathic, sociopathic, whatever the term is. That is a mental illness, to actually believe that you enjoy something like that. So if there are women claiming that, Jesus Christ. I mean, so often women are put into situations where there really aren't other options for them but to be sexual slaves and to perhaps make a living this way. And within such a set of circumstances, what other choice? I mean, people want to make everything okay. People want to feel like they have some semblance of goodness in their life and control in their life, and that everything is okay in their life, especially when things are that awful. And so people will create these delusional realities and beliefs in their heads that they are actually enjoying something like this. Because what other option do they have? It's covering up the actual nature of it, that if they lived judging themselves for that actual nature and experiencing the full brutality of it, I mean, that is something that will push a person to suicide or even worse, destructive things very easily. So, I mean, people become crazy that way. Apparently enjoy these things. The fact is that rape and all of these issues, the way women are abused so extensively and treated like fucking objects, sexual slaves. That is a money issue. I mean, it's a power issue. Rape is always a power issue. But power in this world has become money, unfortunately. There are so many women in this world who can't afford to take care of themselves sufficiently that they find themselves in these situations. I mean, money buys security. Money buys a stable life. And the same with so many of the men that do these things, who are so depraved, who have never experienced any real form of power in this world, and just spend their lives trying to get that feeling of power, that perceptual experience feeling of power, which is always at the abuse and expense and exploitation of another. That's what capitalism is. Capitalism is based on exploitation and abuse. You take advantage of people through exploiting them in capitalism. That's how it works. And so we wonder why this has become our sexual expression in this world, that people get off on exploiting each other and being exploited. And with the internet now, bear in mind that children are going to be seeing these kinds of things. Jesus. I mean, by the age of, I don't know, 3? I mean, it doesn't take much to get onto the internet and find your way around. You know, people are being exposed to this at a younger and younger age than ever. People are more and more powerless than ever as the money system continues to collapse and more people become completely destitute. And there are no leaders that are going to change this. There are no saviors coming. Nothing is going to get better unless we actually take responsibility for ourselves in this world, until we actually get sick and tired of all the abuse and do something about it as a group. So if you are sick and tired and fed up with what sexual expression in this world has become, which has essentially in so many cases just become rape, exploitation, abuse. If you're sick and tired of watching women be treated as they are, and seeing men become so pathetic that they're required to abuse and harm others to gain some feeling, experience of power, I suggest you investigate the equal money system. I suggest you investigate destiny as well, where we share tools of self-honesty and self-forgiveness, wherein we can assist and support ourselves in correcting this nature that seems so prevalent in the minds of people in this world. Because this is the only real solution. Equality is the only real solution, and we cannot continue to talk about it. Our world is being destroyed. Everybody is being affected, and if you haven't been affected yet, you will. Nothing will actually change until we stand up and make the change.